Hello and welcome to the Toasted Tale podcast. My name is Jim Lillywhite Bewley and welcome to another capturing episode. On this Toasted Tale podcast, we're going to be looking at the Polish heart surgeon Zbigniew Religa. Let me start by asking you a question. What's the longest time that you've worked for? Not in your whole life, but in one go. Most of us adults who are listening today have done at least 1 or 2 8-hour shifts in our time. But have you done like a double shift? Maybe picked up a few extra hours to bring a bit more money in at the end of the month. I remember when I was in university and I was writing my dissertation, and I rather stupidly left it all quite close to the end, and had to undergo an almost 72-hour sprint of writing non-stop in an attempt to get it all finished in time. Now, I wasn't the first student to cram a dissertation, and I'm surely won't be the last. It probably was the longest time I've tried to work on one project without taking any real breaks, however. And I say this so you can understand where I'm coming from with my experience of working on one project for a long time, and that probably is the longest I've done it without any serious breaks. I'm sure all of you listening today have also had experiences where you've done similarly. After that period of time, and this probably occurred maybe after the first 12th hour maybe, I felt like a zombie, and the quality of my output was probably falling off a cliff at that point. But hey, you know, when you're young you can do crazy things. All of that is to say that it pales in comparison to the difficulty of the moment captured in today's episode. And for you listening at home, in your mind, have the longest time that you've worked in your head, and then imagine being a surgeon, operating on a man, attempting to complete the first heart transplant in your country's history, pioneering, if you will, and then maintaining this for 23 hours straight. The photograph that we are looking at today is the one taken by James Stanfield of a chaotic surgery room after this 23-hour ordeal. In the centre, amidst a forest of wires and tubes, on top of a surgeon's table, you have lying patient Tadeusz Zbigniew, the first man to receive a heart transplant in Poland. To his left, you have Dr Zbigniew Religa, stoically hunched over, sitting down, giving a 1,000-yard stare towards his patient's vital signs. Unable, it seems, to relax following what had taken place over the last day. As a juxtaposition to Dr. Religa's stoic gaze, in the far right-hand corner you have one of his assistants, asleep in the corner, exhausted after such long and grueling work. 23 hours of surgery is unbelievably hardcore. The photo, which is so wildly acclaimed, gives an insight into this mysterious and unbelievable world. At the time that this photo was taken, the surgery that was taking place in the photo was considered by many borderline impossible. But it's from the efforts of these initial surgeons pushing ground in surgical ways that allow approximately 3,500 heart transplants to be performed each year worldwide, transforming the lives of those involved and adding hope to those who previously would not have. Though Zbigniew Religa would continue to have a very successful career in medicine, he would also go on to have a career in politics and was widely respected and loved within his country. The photo that has immortalised him, however, showed a different side of modern medicine. It showed that it's possible to achieve the impossible. It's hard, it takes a long time, and it's incredibly exhausting. But you can transplant a person's heart and make them healthy again. The fact that his patient, Dr Zbigniew, outlived Religa is only a testament to the surgeon's success. As someone who's had surgery in the past, it's unbelievable to see a photo that allows me to go beyond the veil of that quite mysterious and incredible profession. I would highly recommend that you go and have a look at the image. I'll put a link to it in the description below. National Geographic, after all, chose this image as its best picture in 1987. I would love to know if you agree. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of the Toasted Tale podcast. It was really enjoyable looking into the capturing of the Polish heart surgeon. If you enjoyed listening to today's episode, then subscribing or following the Toasted Tale podcast on whichever application you get your podcast from is a great way of ensuring that new episodes get sent directly to your device. It also supports the show too, so thank you for that. You can also comment, share, and like this episode, and that'll help more ears discover the Toasted Tale podcast. If you have a moment, I would really appreciate it. I hope that you're all doing well in all of your lives and that everything you attempt goes well. I look forward to speaking to you again soon, next Tuesday, for another Toasted Tale by the fireside.